Hey, welcome back to Surviving Mars. I'm Tobal. So our colony ship from Earth, without any colonists on board, just the cargo, is coming on with completely empty because we're going to wind up taking a bunch of rare metals home. Now, we do have a bunch of fuel, too, so I was thinking about doing a couple of these missions like a breakthrough. Well, breakthrough would be okay, but the resources would be probably a little bit better. Are there two resource missions? There are two resource missions on the planet. I might try to grab both because, boy, if one of those could be polymers, I would be such a happy camper. We have to get 20 polymers for the barrel dome, and we do have 1 billion right now, which isn't too shabby. So do we want to wait for this? Well, we're going to get a full return here. We could basically turn this right around and send it right back home with another load of 30, but I think the resources here would be pretty decent. You know, one day we actually could buy another rocket. I always forget that you can buy another rocket, except it costs a crap ton of money to get that rocket. So I don't think that's anything in our near future. Our new barrel dome, remember, we're going to try to turn this dome into more of a service dome at some point. I don't know if this is going to work out the way I intend it, but I'd like to try something because we're kind of, stymied until we get way up on the, kind of our leg over the hurdle in terms of getting our production back up. Now, I did close down these two buildings, the electronics store and the art store, because they're just not doing anything for us right now. In fact, I can probably just remove them. I doubt I'm going to turn them back on anytime soon. So we'll get rid of those completely. A couple other folks mentioned that those are really more end game types of buildings where you're just looking to squeeze out a little bit more comfort from your colonists. So you'll put down the shopping in terms of the art store and the electronics store. So not really needed, especially when we're struggling so much with our early game production. Hey, look, we're getting a crap ton of polymers all of a sudden. It's almost like turning those buildings off might have been useful. All right, so let's load. Before we get too excited and they start loading this thing full of exports, let's take a look at the board. So we've got resources for engineers. Let's do it. We'll take this mission first. I might even try. Let's see. What else do we need? Everything else requires some sort of, whether it's machine parts or whether it's electronics, like the different capture missions, I believe. Let's see. The capture meteors. No. We're talking about this right here. Capture ice asteroids. You know what? This wouldn't be too shabby. It only costs 15 machine parts. This only costs 600 million. Now, we're going to lose atmosphere, though, right? If we try to get the greenhouse gas mission, we're going to lose the atmosphere because we don't have an ozone layer, right? I'm trying to see if there's anything about atmosphere. Yeah, loss of atmosphere. We're going to have a certain amount per soul. So if we grab some in the form of a mission, we're going to need to be supplementing that from the carbonate processors, which, did we research, or is that on our tree somewhere to still research? Carbonate processor, yeah, it's still in our research tree. Speaking of the research tree, we're almost done with drone printing. Then we got printed electronics, factory amplification. Oh, the amplification thing. I've really been ignoring that, but if we... Is this amplified, by the way? Or can you not amplify a Stirling generator? I don't think you can. It would be nice to get the Stirling generators amplified, because then if we wind up putting down more Stirling generators, we can start taking away all the other things that are using up all the other parts. What is using polymers? Is it really just the Stirling gens? There's metal here. Machine parts. Water extractors also use machine parts. So it seems like machine parts are the big consumer at the moment. Electronics for all the drone hubs. That makes sense. So I guess maybe adding more Stirling generators is not the best idea, because then we're going to be dipping into our already limited polymer supply. But hopefully with the reduction in what we were using over here, that might help us get back on track here. By the way, how's our food doing? We just had a rather large crop of potatoes come in. So those were through. The soybeans are still coming in too. I think we might be up on the have a leg up on our production. Let me take a look at the food graph. That's funny. It actually went down. Why are we going down again? Are we losing quality, or is it... We had 59, 59, 59 for 3 harvests. Kind of interesting. And we have more people consuming food. We might even have to put down yet another farm. We never did research the outside fungal farm at all. What's killing me, I think, is my poor positioning of all these different domes. has these tunnels going into all the different areas that are just, they're kind of, killing my ability to have a 3 by, or a large triangle farm. So, what we could, now, I think I tried this before. I tried to put a tunnel out of this space here and around, but I think it gets blocked. A passage, rather. So a passage out here. Yeah, this turns into uneven terrain, which is kind of a bummer. We can make it go all the way around. I don't think they're going to be put up any of that. 24 polymer for 50 USA. Yes, absolutely. We will accept your 24 polymer for 50 concrete. Holy crap, would that be a wonderful change? Absolutely. So food right now, we have a crop of soybeans coming in 4 souls. We have a crop of soybeans coming in here in 2 souls. That's 37. We might be 34. Is this per soul? That means we're going to run out tomorrow, pretty much. What a dance. What a fun dance. I really haven't gotten larger colonies yet when I've done my playthrough, so it's kind of cool to see the cluster that is the mid-game. I think really a big thing for me was in my other playthroughs, I always wound up getting the larger style dome much, much earlier for some reason. It's a larger round dome is what it is. But the barrel domes are different. And I think it's more like I just position these in a very, very poor manner. You know what we could possibly do? Let's see. With the existing layout, there's not a whole lot of changes I could make. I could try, yeah, everything would wind up going into a different tile. That's why I think placing them down so that when you've got your tunnels connecting each of the different barrel domes, having them all come into the same area is going to really help out long term. Alright, there are our polymer resources. That's going to be a huge benefit for us. Super exciting. You're already done with your mission, or almost done with your mission.
Anomaly analyzed.
20 metal, not what I was hoping for. Not at all what we were going for on that one. Do we want to just send another rocket here? I almost want to send another rocket from Earth up to Mars in order to get get some exports back home. How much do we have? We have 60. Let's do this. Let's send an empty rocket from Earth, because I don't think it costs us anything to send an empty rocket. 1.8 billion right now, and if we just fire off this rocket with nothing in it, we still have 1.8 billion. So we'll send an empty rocket here. We'll take 2 full loads of rare metals home. Hopefully that'll help us keep having the income. Keep the income high, rather. Like how much stored rock we have. Don't we have one of those fancy rovers? Here, you know what? Fancy rover dude, why don't you do something? Here, make a large rock formation. Will it be pretty? What does it do? Let's look at the different variants here. Ooh, that was pretty. Everything's pretty much in the way. I get these at the most awkward position possible. Here, hell, let's do a small rock formation. There we go. They can look out from their beautiful vista inside the barrel domes and go, wow, that is a great rock formation. That is one of the best rock formations we've ever seen. And we'll be like, yeah, we know. We know. Meteor storm coming up soon. Building's not working. Low resources, pretty much everything ever. Yeah, we know that much. I think we're going to get this harvest in time. We might have timed this okay. I could slow down on the seed production, though, if that's causing us more trouble than it's worth. 16 graduates have been out of our Martian University, which is kind of nice. There is a rocket ready to land. We'll land you and pretty much load you up with all the exports.
Research complete.
Take you home. Drone printing. We're now able to make the printing factory for the drones. Although I don't know, are we actually any... Let's take a look at the loads here. Medium load on you. Was there a drone hub? I think I had to remove the drone hub up north, didn't I? You have a low drone, a low load. It's not too bad, but when we start expanding in different areas, it's going to become more of an issue, right? Hey, look, our drone hub over here has been finished. Lovely. So we can start to look into expanding our water line in that direction at some point. Did we actually transfer stuff here? Nice. They actually do have the electronics and machine parts. So we have domes without life support. Awkward. Which, is it this dome here? Oh, cool. Our new dome is finished. That's what it was. Wonderful. So let's see about doing something like tying together our life support here. I don't really want to get in the way of all my tunnel connections. It's going to be interesting because I feel like we're going to use this slot, this one, and like one of these four is what I want to do when we come together. How are we going to power this, actually, if it's in the way? Let's start the production on this one, too. We actually have a lot of polymer right now, so that might be useful. Hey, look, another trade offer right around the corner. Lovely. I will happily accept that. We're down to 5 food, so we're a little bit tighter now. Maybe I should have brought a batch of food with me, too. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to relocate some of the water extraction from here, and then I'm going to kill that entire section. So this is going to be a, what, is this a high quality? It's an average quality water resource. Although I think the drone hub pretty much services anyone in this general vicinity. So let's grab the higher quality water. And you need concrete with this too. So I'm going to ask for a bit of concrete as well. Concrete and machine parts, which I think we have both of. Yeah, we have some of those on the pad. So each of these water extractors needs 5 power. So, let's put down a large wind turbine, because I'm probably going to grab at least 2 for the moment. Spirit of Man 1 is ready to go. Let's launch Spirit of Man 1. Spirit of Man 2 is about to land too, so we're going to be able to launch one, land the other one, send off all of the rare metals, and we might even do another supply run. I'm not entirely sure what we might need yet. We are pretty tight on food right now, but we're about to have that harvest come in. So one harvest in, the next harvest is close. And we're only at 50% quality, so this farm is going to have to spend a few cycles running the soybeans in order to get that soil quality much higher.
Long time now.
Alright, so we got a new mystery update here. So this is something where somebody wants basically to put something called Aldrin Base on the moon. So we're going to say, let's plan this. It looks like it's some kind of a tech research. Let's go into the tech tree here real quick. It is Beyond Earth Initiative. Focus your research to help the development of the Beyond Earth Initiative projects. Each time the research is completed, you can refocus your research towards a new project. So we're going to get 5,000 research here. What is our reward here? It's repeatable and can be researched multiple times. It'll let you refocus your research towards a new project. So are we helping them, and then at the end of everything, we wind up getting all of that research back to whatever we want? No idea. Ooh, what is this? Rover Command AI starts with, the RC Commander starts with 4 additional drones, and, okay, so it's just an RC or Commander update. Fair enough. Alright, so we're a little short on food, as per the mantra of our entire colony, as always. We are almost finished with our long pipeline, which is down this way, but unfortunately we have to wait for the RC Commander to finish up some stuff, I think. We just gotta have to get the power line and the large wind turbine in place, although I might have positioned it pretty crappy. We could, honestly, hang on. Let's do this instead. Let's kill this here. And we'll do something like so. And I'll put my power a little bit higher up so it's closer to the drone hub. That way, our drone commander should be able to get this bad boy going. Right. So where is your area of influence? Can you get to this pad here? Mr. Drone Dude? Yep, maybe a little bit short. There we go. We'll go there. He should be able to build that up. The pipeline is pretty much all set here, which is nice. We also have more polymer. I might start trading for food, actually, if we're able to do that. The trades are coming in hot and heavy. I've had like 3 or 4 trades in a row. So all of a sudden, from struggling to have polymers, we have enough polymers to build 2 domes, which is kind of exciting. So maybe the food thing will be a little bit easier as well. So that's going to happen there. I might send... I'm kind of torn. Do I want to send a... Let's actually put this as a high... It is a high priority. Never mind. Do we want to send in a supply pod of food?
Resources are low.
I don't think we're going to make it until the next harvest. So let's go ahead and send a supply pod just full of food. Just that should be a stopgap for this current harvest, right? And then more soybeans are coming, more soybeans. I could start trading maybe, and that might help us to supplement what we've got going on. Spirit of Man 2 is ready to take off, so we're going to be getting more money sent home, and hopefully we'll be able to get this trade completed pretty soon too. So this is going to come down, and then this is going to go down over here once we get the water situation a bit more cleaned up. So what are you guys doing? You're trying to get the turbine going. Once the turbine gets going, these drones should be able to take over. Right, so we'll have that be taken care of, and then once that's on point, we'll be able to finish the rest of this section here, right? So we're going to have a bunch of... Do we have any metals here? They should be able to pull metal from surface deposits, although there actually is not any more surface metal around here. So I'm going to have metal delivered on top of everything else too. Paradox is offering us 72 food for 50 concrete. So I'm going to go ahead and accept that trade. We've got so much concrete. I think I've really missed out on using the trade pad in some of my past playthroughs. So this is going to be super helpful. I did get a shuttle full of food in. So the shuttle, or the supply pod, plus the trade, hopefully should reset any of our food issues, at least until our second farm gets up to 100% soil quality. At least both farms do have a full complement of botanists at the moment. That's pretty cool. Also, what are we trading? What are we training towards? We need certain specializations. We've made engineers, scientists, and officers so far. Pretty cool. I have reduced the security stations, by the way, to one shift. Or sorry, not one shift, but one person for all 3 shifts. I'm not sure if that's really crippling the security stations or not, but I was using way too many other people to get that done, or to finish off, you know, the security stations. There's too many people just trying to do that and not doing other jobs. All right, that was printed electronics, which lets us, I believe, make drones out of metals now. Super helpful. We also have, let's see, factory amplification. That's coming up next. Sustainable architecture. Where's that at? Somewhere up here. That's hygroscopic evaporators. Sustainable architecture is here. So we have 1 point in pretty much all the queues right now. Do we want to do anything into robotics? This is going to be RC transport. This is going to be drone swarm. I guess I'll go ahead and just tag up drone swarm just to have a technology into robotics unlocked.
We have a food shortage.
I love it when everyone starts to starve and all you hear is a sound effect going crazy. We need a little bit of metal, so as they're bringing metal here, I think we're going to be putting it right into my power cable. Nice, we're up to 3.1 billion after all of our exports, so we're doing really good on money. We honestly could, and I might do it. Let's go ahead and send another empty cargo rocket back to Mars. And, can I send both of them? You're heading home, right? No, you're traveling to Mars. I could send both. I'll give it a couple of months, and what I'll do is I'll send a second one to follow up and maybe do another planetary anomaly mission, or we'll try to do another one of the terraforming-focused missions. So this is our big food trade here. So this is actually unloading right now, so it should reset any of our starving people. God, they're so needy. Feed me this. I need food. I'm gonna die. Gosh, just, you know, deal with it, right? Mark Watney did it. You can do it. So we're gonna have this dome completed next, I believe. We're at... Where are you actually... Oh, you're not in range of any of our drone hubs. Okay, this one's almost finished. So when this drone hub comes into completion, that's going to be able to let this barrel dome be constructed. Right. So that'll take care of that. I have put down a bunch more Stirling generators, just a few. But I want to supplement our power because we're going to have a lot more power drain from this.
We have a food shortage.
We don't actually have a food shortage. They're kind of going down in number, so it's a bit of a funky reversal. Right, so our second drone hub down here is complete. So now they're going to be pulling resources from this pad and building stuff up from here. Excellent. Let's do a stack of, I don't know, water supply. Probably just hanging off the edge here. I don't think it really matters all that much. We'll just put a pipe off to the side, and I'm just going to put a bunch of water towers here, just to have kind of a off-site storage away from the entire base. Remember, like I mentioned, I'm going to try to move some of the production off away from our central area. So a lot of the fuel production, if I can remake... I don't think I can make the GHG factories, though. Oh, I can make GHG. And they do... Now, we used prefabs at the start, so it wasn't like we're going to be losing resources, but we would have to spend 10 machine parts in order to put this thing down. But I would like to maybe relocate the GHG factory, all the fuel production. Some of the wind turbines down the road we might be able to remove if we, you know, build up a different alternative source of power. Should we, on that note, should we move that power down the line here? Suppose it's okay. It's not going to take up too much space, those little tiny Stirling generators. So we're producing... We've got 3 things making water right now. So we're doing 2.2, 2.8, and 2.2. I wonder how much one of these is going to produce just by itself. on a high quality resource. Because if one of these is producing more water, we might be able to just use that instead. Hey, Europe is also going to offer us some food. Lovely. Apparently everyone's a little bit desperate for concrete, or they don't care and they feel really bad for us. At least they're nice fellow humans, and they don't want us to completely die a horrible starvation death. We have one of our Earth-sick colonists. Oh, are you grumpy about life? No luxury building, unprepared meal. Yeah, I think that's just a problem with our service buildings being too full. Hopefully, when I reallocate some of these resources and we kind of adjust how things are, we'll get a bit more balance in life. Do we want to try to use some apartments? Because that would let us really ramp up how many people we're shoving into any of these domes. They just get less comfort during rest. They do also cost 6 polymers, which is quite a bit. The smart homes cost electronics. They give an additional sanity boost. So this is 12. This is basically a big smart complex triangle thing, but that's going to require quite a few electronics, and it's maintained by electronics too, which is kind of rough. Apartments are maintained by concrete. I wonder if what if we do... I'm trying to think if we should do 1 apartment per new dome. The thing is, if we stack a ton of people into one dome, that's still not going to solve the problem of, us running out of service industry buildings. So we need the larger size dome. So I think I'm going to stick with the living complex for a bit. So let's flush this dome out a little bit. Do we want to do... How many is this going to add again? This is going to be 14. So 28 people can go into this dome. I don't think I want to go much bigger than that. That way we can actually put things like farming. We could put, factories in here. We can refocus where people are working at into these 3 domes that are going to be on this side. And then, like I said before, use this dome hopefully for service. I believe they're going to be able to go through and use service industries in the tunnel, right? Or do they look for service in their own tunnel only? Colonists can work and use services in domes that are directly connected. Right, okay. So we could make this their service dome. And then we could have this one, this is a kind of a working factory. We remove all the services from here, and we turn this dome completely into nothing but services. We remove the homes. We remove the Martian University, even though that's going to hurt a bit in material cost. Take out the security station, the research labs, the hydroponics. Relocate the farm, which will be a pain in the butt to build one more farm. In fact, to do that now, or to preempt that, I'm going to go ahead and put a farm in. I probably will have 1 farm in each dome at some point. That seems like a pretty good balance. At least until we know more about, what we should be expecting from how many people, that sort of thing. Hey, how are you doing in your extraction? You're going to extract, well, nothing, because you don't have enough parts yet. We are short on metals. I wish we had an automated underground metal extractor. That would kind of be rather nice. Awesome, so our trading has really supplemented the food right now, so that's great to see. Hey, is this a bad harvest? Oh, it's wheat. I thought this freaked me out a little bit. We had a soybean harvest right along with our imports, so food is now taken care of. I will eventually have to trash this farm in order to move things into the next one, but that's a little bit down the road. So next time I do an import, I might try to get electronics, because that's one of the few things that we're short on. So if we get more electronics, then I'll be able to finish both of these domes, or all 3 of these domes completely. Try to connect them in here. It'll be fun. It'll be, fun with air quotes, because that's how we do it. We're a little bit short on metal down here, so as soon as that gets done, we'll see how much water the water extractor is going to make. Oh, hey, water production. Oh, this is the overall grid. Sorry, it's not including, or it's not only just this water extractor. It's including pretty much everything. Europe is offering 550 science for 50 polymer. No, thank you. We don't really want that because we want to hoard our beautiful, lovely polymers. Let's see if we can't get an electronics trade. So many alerts right now. You'd think I'm like out of every resource or something. With the newfound ability to import electronics, though, or sorry, not electronics, but the polymers, do I want to revisit the idea of the oval dome? It's 100 polymers, but if we got like, I don't know, 5 back-to-back trades, maybe we'd actually be able to complete it. What if we... Where would you be able to fit? You'd be able to get smooshed right up against here. Still kind of how we had it. It's not going to be that lovely, perfect oval that I was hoping and dreaming of in all my symmetrical fantasies. Unless I do it like right here. Hang on a minute. Hang on. This is very important. Symmetry is no laughing matter, you guys. All right. Let me kill a couple things here. Let me get the power back up to the drone hub that doesn't really work. Oh, actually, it's fine over there. Right. So, removing yon power cable. Split life, that's fine. Don't worry about the split life support right now. That's no big deal. Don't be scared. So, Oval Dome can tuck in how close? Pretty much right here. That's not too bad. That's kind of close enough where... or centered enough that I could still make something out of that later on. Alright, we're going to put the Oval Dome down right here. It's tucked really close in. It's cuddling, basically. Is this a new landing drone or rocket? It is. So I'm going to use them to... Beyond Earth trade rockets, interesting. I'm going to use this to take home another load of rare metals, and I might send another cargo vessel back just to do some more planetary exploration. We have a Beyond Earth trade rockets mission.
The Beyond Earth initiative needs your help.
A rocket requesting supplies for the Rubicon Station mega project is headed towards Mars. So we need to... rocket to pick up resources has been sent towards Mars. Every now and then, such rockets will arrive. If you have the materials to spare, please do. Okay, so it's asking us for spare parts. Factory amplification has been researched. So that got us a new technology in the physics tree. Solar panels are gradually cleaned from dust when closed, okay? Not mega super helpful. Are we going to have to put down another pad just to deal with this new rocket that's coming in? You guys make many demands of us. Oh no, we're completely out of metal. That kind of snuck up on me. Let's grab the RC transport and try to do a couple more runs somewhere. There should be quite a few deposits on the surface. I just haven't really been paying attention. That's my fault for letting that slip. Are these metals or polymers over here? Okay, 25 metal, 13, 15. So let's have him, or her, whatever this drone wants to be. It's fine. We don't quite fit all this. Let's just grab these real quick and move this back home.
Resources are low.
Yeah, running out of metals is rather annoying. That should be something we don't really have a problem with. Are there any metal extraction or deposits up here? No. Oh my gosh, look how many more science sites were here. Did I see this before? It's gross. It's disgusting how many science sites are in this one particular area. Here's a decent supply of underground metals. These were the deep underground metals in this area. Very high quality, too. Are you just out here hanging out? You poor little lonely RC explorer. Hey, there's an anomaly for you to scan. Go off and do it. Queue up a bunch more areas to scan. I think I have left those behind for a bit. Do we want to revisit the idea of the tunnel system for somewhere up here? I know I was obviously going crazy about the research area on this side, but we're really short on metal right now. And if we were to put a tunnel... I don't know if we need a tunnel per se. We could just let the drones do the transfers, right? So you can go... You'll be able to go out this far. We would need a middle drone hub to kind of act as the central storage between everything, right? We could put a landing... Oh, no, we don't have to have a landing pad. We could just land a shuttle outside of this dome. And we could bring in a number of colonists enough to support whatever the heck we're doing here. So at the first step, we would need at least 12 workers, 4 per shift. So we probably want to get 8 workers for just doing the metals in this area. And then we could have... It could be a pretty small dome, right? We could just do kind of a self-sufficient dome, even. This is suitable for the early days of the colony. I don't think it would hurt if we run piping all this way. Maybe it wouldn't be too bad, though. Just to have its own separate environment. We would, of course, have to do some kind of linkage to give them the parts they need to replace things that are going bad. Does this also have good quality water or just low? And it's low quality water. So there's metal there. That was one idea. There's metal further up around the other side of the lake. And there's metals down here by all of our water and whatnot. But, again, the same problem. Although, I mean, this would be... We already have a network of resources available. We already have the line for water and power. So we wouldn't have to build any additional generation units. We could just put, say, a dome down right here. It would automatically instantly be connected to the power grid and water. Well, it isn't the whole power grid. This is just the water line for the moment. Is what's going all the way up here. Water and oxygen. So it would be taken care of for water and oxygen. High quality underground metals. I think I kind of like this, though. This one's at least in a decent spot. And we already have some. We already have a depot set up here. You know what? Let's do it. Let's put down a small dome here. What about a micro? Extremely limited habitable space and no capacity to host a spire. We could put down 1 or 2. No, I think we want a round one because we're going to want at least some services to take care of the basics that people might need. All right, we're going to do a dome here. This is going to require metal, concrete, polymer. So we need to ask for... we already are asking for polymer,
Sectors
metal,
5.
and concrete. Right, so we'll be delivering those. I'm going to say the desired amount for 10. Okay, cool. I also think we may want to start doing a bit more printing of our drones later on. Go ahead and send you back home. We'll go ahead and launch that other shuttle. Is it already back to Earth? That's the Rubicon one. It wants 200 metals. Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but we're out of metals. Alright, we'll relaunch that second cargo vessel. And I think this will be a good point to put a cut in. Thanks so much for joining me for this episode. I'll see you again next time. Take care.